Hi there, I'm Jonathan Parker from Parker and Boat Sales, and today we're going to show you this. It's a 2008 Elan Impression 434. It's a one-owner boat from new, bought by the owner as an ex-demo in 2010. So we're going to show you all the features and benefits it has to offer. So follow me around while we do a walkthrough tour. So the first thing I want to show you actually is the walk-on. For a this sort of size boat, it can be very awkward to get on and off, but Elan have thought of that and a very easy walk through. It also has you can shut it off with this seat here, and that can also lift and be clipped back. So very nice walk through, really nice bathing ladder. But interestingly, if you take a look over here, one added feature is actually this davit, and it's only a single one, but if you notice there's also an outboard bracket here, and it's for lifting your outboard onto the bracket. As you can see, it's quite a height from the water. Really good addition. Also, while I'm here, there's this brilliant Bimini. It's quite unusual for a UK boat to have a huge Bimini like this, but it also has a complete enclosure as well. So the whole boat can be enclosed off, which makes the cockpit area a really sociable area, which is what we're going to show you just now. So as you come on board, you can see there's a life raft mount there, and we've got dual helm. For this size of yacht, it would be pretty normal, but you can see they've got lovely covers over them, which really protects, especially in the UK climate, from any mould or algae which grows onto this really nice finished steering. So you can see they're in lovely condition. Also, from a sociable space, which I really like this feature, it's actually got a cover over a table. So it's actually got it's got a really nice it's got a really nice table kept in lovely condition, which obviously the sides will flip up. It's got storage, but it's not, they're on hinges, which is nice because normally that's just a removable bit, but it's actually a cool box with a drain in the bottom and another one there, so you can store drinks and things like that in there. So really nice, but it's all protected with this cover. But what I particularly like about the cover is that if you want to leave it on and use the navigation chart plotter here, you can. And this is an E80, and this also comes with autopilot and radar as well. But as you can see, you can just roll this front section up when you're if you just want to use the plotter but keep the table protected, which is particularly good if you're in a heavy sea and you're getting a lot of spray over. You don't want to damage the wood on here. So really nice. There's a remote point for a VHF on the side of here, but also the autopilot head unit is just here by a bow thruster control as well. Have a look just there. And as you can see, it's a very spacious cockpit area. But still with nice access to the side decks as well. So if we come through to the side decks, it's quite a windy day today, but still I feel very safe walking along. And up to the anchor windlass here, so electric anchor windlass. There's a position to put a remote control on there as well, and as you can see, we've got a Genoa up front. It's a Furlex 300S furler on there, and then we've got a mainsail, but this does have the option of a spinnaker as well, and we can see the spinnaker sheet just here, and we can see it's a slab reefing with lazyjacks holding it in place. And the cover is in, although needs a launder, it's in good shape. There's no damage to it anywhere. So, because it's windy and cold, because at the moment we're 3 weeks before Christmas, and it's quite chilly, so we've got the heating on down below. So let's go down below and show you the spacious interior. On the way down, I'll just show you, I quite like this. So it's got the wind instrument and speed, and also it shows you the different reaches around here. I've never seen this before around a wind instrument, but it's just really good addition, just to remind you of what the reaches are. Right, let's step down below. And we come down into the main salon. And as you can see, very spacious, double settee here. And again, there's a table here. This does have an infill and a cushion that actually makes this into another bed. But do bear in mind, this has already got 4 cabins. So this is a 4 cabin boat. So we'll show you each of them in turn. But to start off with in here, what I do like about this boat as well is that even under the floor, everything's easy access. Even under the floor, everything's easy access. So things like seacocks, for example. So if I just lift up this hatch, we've got access to the toilet, inlet, outlet, and sink drain. Very easy to get at and very easy to reach. This boat's in winter mode at the moment, but under here, you've got shut-offs for the fuel tank, and the fuel tank is under here. And I believe it's, I'll confirm in a moment when we look at the specs, but I think it's a 260 litre fuel tank. The main bilge under here, but hot water tank is here, and again very easy to get at. There's no scrambling around in cupboards, and even I think under here is the holding tank. So this boat does come with a holding tank, and it's fitted there, and again easy access if we need to do any maintenance. So the whole boat is laid out in really nice, easy access. And the other thing I like is even the fittings. So what I like about this is that normally when you do that, the cupboard opens, and if you forget to put it back in, the cupboards swing open, but this doesn't. Look, even though that's popped out, you have to twist it to open it. And I really like that about this boat. Most other ones, as soon as you do that, and if they swing around, and if you forget to put it back in, they'll swing around if you're in a sea. But I really like this. And as you can see, a large seating area as well, but we have lots of storage space. There's loads of storage on this boat, so loads of cupboards, loads of places to squirrel things away. But look also at the headroom. So a lot of people ask about headroom, and I'm actually 6 foot, but if you look, I mean, I've got, well, I don't know, it's like another foot above my head. So we're nearly knocking on the door of 7 feet head height in here. And this head height does go all through the boat as well. So really, really good head height and spaciousness. The other thing, little features I like are the blinds. So we can see these lovely windows, but the blinds just lift up and they're shaped and very easy to use. So you can see straight away we've got privacy without the faff. And yeah, very nice and easy to use. We've also got them in these small windows as well, so again very easy to use. And while we're on this side, let's scoot. Oh, we've got a Webasto heater which we've got running at the moment, so it is lovely and warm at the moment down here. We've had it running about half an hour and it's already warmed up the boat. And also we've got a VHF down here. There is an additional, which I mentioned up in the cockpit, handheld which plugs in, so that a remote one that's connected to this. And then we've got obviously our array of 12-volt instrumentation. And then we've got obviously a seat by the chart table here. Very nice. So let's do a little spin round. I just want to show you the galley area. Another thing as well is while you're filming from there, around the floor we've got lots of small LED lights lighting up the floor, but also they're under the steps as well. So in the evening it's very nice ambience it gives to the room. As we go into the galley, again, look at this. This is all now worktop space, so everything is covered over. But if you want to, there's a double sink here, and then we've got a wet locker there. That isn't the fridge. We've got a 3-burner hob, and we've got a large top-loading fridge and freezer in here. So this is very large, very deep. I can't barely arm's length will reach to the bottom of it. But it does have a small freezer compartment as well, and again loads of storage as well as a microwave, so loads and loads of space in the galley as well. And again, access through the floor everywhere, so much so that actually this can be doubled up as storage. So there is lockers pretty much everywhere for storage, and again access easy to seacocks there. So outlets for the sink units and the drains for the fridge and the wet storage there. Right, so while we're this then, let's look into one of the, probably the third cabin I'd say, and I'll tell you why as we go through. So very spacious, plenty of room for an adult couple, nice little seat area here, and again loads of cupboard storage, couple of reading lights, very nice. But pretty standard. But if we go into, I'd say probably the second, or it could be the main cabin, and I'll tell you for why. This again, you can see the same size bed as in the other cabin, small seat here, but this not only has good storage again, it also has a Jack and Jill door for the heads. So if we open up the door here, we can see now into the heads, and again if I stand up, there's actually again there's about the same headroom in here as there is in the saloon. This also has a separate shower, but forgive the mess in here, the current owner is yet to remove his bits and pieces off of it and is actually using it as a bit of a wet room, which you can do because it actually has, if you look, a railing to hang things off of, so you can hang wet clothes here. So it's designed to use it as a wet locker, which is what he's doing, but also it is a separate shower with a seat as well, so very good, and loads of storage again. And you've got this great blind which just rolls up and down again as well, so really nice. And of course this then is also the day heads as well, so this can be used as a day heads as well. So as we come back out into the galley, so follow me through. So I want to show you now briefly the fourth cabin, because he's using this as storage. Like I said, he's not taking anything off of here yet, but as you can see it is a bunk, so it's a bunk bed. He's got lots of storage here. It goes right the way back to the far wall beyond that cupboard, so there is plenty of leg room there, and they are over 6 foot in length, those two beds. So again, it doesn't look like a lot of room, but once it's all cleared out there is loads. And then we'll go through into the front cabin. Now I'm sort of toying with myself whether this is the main one, because we've got almost because we're sort of separated from the other two cabins, but I actually like the spaciousness of the other cabin with the Jack and Jill. So whether I'd use this one or use the other one as a main cabin, I'd be toying and probably fleet between the two. But as you can see, into a V, so a little bit more restricted on space than the other cabins, but again, two adults could sleep in here quite happily. But lastly, there is a second heads. Now I'm going to have to swap with the camera. Excuse me. So as we come back through, there is a second heads in here. So again, this can be used either exclusively for the front cabin, or again, there is actually no door between here and the main saloon, but there's a door to the cabin. So again, it can be used as a day heads as well. So you've got really two day head options. So you can choose yourself. It's neither one is dedicated to either. And again, when you talk about access to things, so the floor is easy to access, but so is the engine. And really, all you need to do to access the engine is that. And then you've got good access to checking your coolant. You've got good access to checking your oil. You can check the belts. And this is a Volvo Penta D255 on a Saildrive. And we're in the second week of December now. Last week the engine was serviced, and the week before that the Saildrive was serviced, the Saildrive bellows was replaced, and the whole boat was anti-fouled because it was out of the water. This has only just been back in the water for this last week. So really it's really unusual this time of year for a boat to be ready to go. Normally at this time of year they're at their worst because of end of the season, you've still got the winter maintenance to do, but this has all been done, serviced, anti-fouled, anodes, and even the Saildrive bellows has been done, which is a kind of a 10-year or every 5-year thing you need to do, but as it's 10 years old now, it was done. So again, really clean engine bay, no leaks, no water leaks, really nice, very well insulated, and it does have side access either side of the engine as well, so we can get at the Saildrive, and there is even a top loading access in that aft cabin to actually get at things like the water strainer as well. So very easy to use. So what I want to do though is just go through some of the specs, because we do get asked, especially on sailboats, about some of the specs on this. So if it's not clear, you can go to our website, parker-adams.co.uk, where this listing will be, and the price of this boat will be on there as well. But this is a Elan Impression 434. It's category A ocean going boat, and it's a 13.4 meters in length. So that is the length. The beam is 4.18 meters, and it has a draught. There is a choice with the Elan Impression on build, either a 1.9 or a shallower draught of the 1.6, and this has the 1.6 draught, so it is a shallower draught. Now, with the manufacturer's recommended load and added to its unladen weight, it comes in around 12 tons. And like I said, the fuel capacity is 200, and I think I said 260, but it's 230 litres. But the water capacity is 500 litres, and the holding tank is 100. So it's categorised for maximum crew 10 people, and of course the cabins, 4 cabins, but 8 berths in total. So really nice, spacious boat. Also though, we have the mainsail, a Genoa and a Spinnaker, and the whole boat's actually was designed by Robert Humphreys Yacht Design back in the day, and he's responsible for a lot of the Elan boats. Now, Elan boats have been around since the late 40s, and they started off building kayaks and small wooden boats, but then they developed over the years into serious racing yachts. But then they also decided to make the Impression range, which is the more comfortable cruising, but still with performance in mind. So all in all, it's a very nice example of this yacht, so I encourage anyone to come and see it. It's for sale now with us, and like I said, go and see our website, subscribe to our channel. We have lots of other videos on our channel, but if you like this boat, come and see us, pick up the phone and talk to us, and I hope to see you on our next video very soon. Thank you.